sport. I think they just need to look attractive, dress well.
No, they were all such dumbass chauvinistic pigs.
Cinemas Bundoran, flying high to bring you the best films in Ireland. Eclipse Cinemas.
Wow, that must be making a record. A little early today. Well, our man at the movies. Collie, how are you?
Sure, I'm fantastic. I'm sure we'll still blow the time thing. No matter whether we're early or late, you're always waving your hands at me and I never quite get the time. So I'm sure nothing will change there. I think it's the consistently inconsistent is always, it's one of our strengths.
Absolutely. And it's been a big week in the movies. Yeah, pretty busy up there, yeah.
Yeah, it's look, it never stops, But, when it was sunny, there weren't maybe so many people, but some of the things like the classic screenings are still popular. They're kind of weatherproof because people might have gone to the beach all day, but then the idea of Dirty Dancing and a glass of Prosecco,
oh yeah,
no harm. And now, there's a silver cloud or there's silver lining in every cloud. And even today I was popping around the cinema and it wasn't that busy. And then next thing the rain opens, bang, loads of people in to see Minions. So, that's going, and we've an interesting week. We're actually coming into a really interesting period. I was looking at the schedule of the movies coming up. We're coming out of the summer blockbusters, even though Top Gun and Maverick are still packing them in. We're getting really different, quirky sort of movies. And I think today is a perfect example of that.
Is it?
Yeah, well,
you think so?
Yeah, I was leading up for you to go, oh, really? Which one? We must practice that one off her. So,
this is live, folks.
Yeah, we would start with one that I was really curious, the one that I've actually seen. And I have to be honest, they sent me a screener of it. I felt very Hollywood. I actually watched this one. Yeah, at home. Yeah, wow. With the password. Yeah, with a password and everything. That proves that if I released it out into the wild, I'd get caught and arrested, which I'm not going to do. But this documentary called Girls Can't Surf. Now, a little bit of personal background. So I am not a surfer, nor do I have any interest in surfing as the sport, watching competitions. However, many years ago, I used to be involved in an adventure center, and particularly inspired by my sister. One of the things we were very passionate about, that surfing was brilliant, and I loved it because it was mostly kids we dealt with. You didn't have to be brilliant at sport. You didn't have to be perfect body to enjoy surfing. Maybe to be good at it, you do, but you don't have to. Anyone can have fun at it. But it was most of the instructors weren't from Ireland, and it was very blokey. And we really wanted to change this, and we helped set up a course and everything. And I think we did for at least a little while. So I was curious about this movie, which is mostly about the international surf tour. And a lot of Aussies in particular, when the young women who wanted to go out and surf just couldn't understand why they weren't given the opportunity. And it's a really interesting story, especially watching it in 2022 after, say, the big soccer tournament that was just on in England, to see the same arguments and the same stories. And for example, one of the arguments was always, the girls are all right, but they can't really surf, can they? And the whole point was, what would happen was when the surf goes bad, and people here in Strand Hill and Bundoran would know about this, when the surf went bad, they would say, what we do now? Oh, we send the girls out for surfing now, so not to waste the good waves for the boys.
Oh,
the girls would go out in half a foot slop, and then people would watch them and go, God, they're not much good, are they? It's like sending someone in the worst pitch ever and going, he's not exactly Lionel Messi, is he? So it's all this stuff, despite the fact that there was a huge opportunity there, and they were saying, please just give us a chance. Please, we reckon we can sell clothes. And the surfer professionals would go, nah, like girls, I don't think are into fashion. Surf girls won't buy fashion, only boys do. And you're just looking back going, what were they thinking of? And it's really good. They're really interesting characters, and a lot of them had their own battles to fight. And not to mention, they don't pretend that they were all in it together all the time. There's loads of stuff here. Yeah, I never liked her either. But there was a respect for each other and how they've changed the sport on and on. And every time they thought they made it, the rug would be put out, because surfing would be doing well, and then there'd be a recession, and that's sort of luxury sports sponsors would pull out the money. The first thing they did, even though the guys were getting like $2 million dollars for the whole tour, the girls were getting about 100,000. The first thing when they dropped some money was, will we get rid of the girls' money? Every time. It's annoying and fascinating at the same time. And here's the thing, and I think this is really important. A, you don't have to have an interest in surfing at all to enjoy this. And even though I'm, you're all lefty woke feminists right here, You don't have to be that person. All you have to be interested in the underdog story, which is what sport is all about most of the time. I thought this was really brilliant. And I love the fact we're a small cinema. We don't always get a chance to show anything other than the blockbusters because, you know, we need that sort of income. But to show something like a documentary that has a local interest here in the Northwest, Ireland's home of surfing, from Strandhill to Bundoran, you know, something that local people would be interested. It's great to do it. It's why I'm so passionate about us showing the Irish movies and showing niche movies like this. It's really interesting. It won't be in the cinemas for that long, so really try and get to see it if you can.
Okay, so that's Girls Can't Surf, and is that filmed over a period of years? Is it?
So what it is? It's a new one, but they're using all the archive footage over the last time. It's mostly the girls and women from the early 80s and 90s. I'll be honest, I hadn't heard of any of them before, but now I've a couple of new heroes, so it's great.
Oh.
I really enjoyed it.
Okay, right, something completely different. Fisherman's Friends. I was thinking of Sweets. When I seen it, I said,
well, you know, you say completely different. It's a nautical team. Why don't we'll have a listen to the clip because I went on so much. We'll have a listen to the clip and then I'll tell you all about Fisherman's Friends, one and all, because it's a sequel.
Fisherman's Friends catering passes are allocated at the
I'm here to pick up 15 passes for the Fisherman's Friends.
catering passes are allocated at the Traders entrance.
Oh, no, so Fisherman's Friends are a band.
I thought you were talking about the cough squeeze.
What's it like sharing a record label with Lady Gaga?
According to her management, she's well chuffed.
The Fisherman's Friends have a new album ready to roll.
Moby Dick and the Whalers are not on message.
All they said was, does she like meat or pasty? We made the papers.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it?
11.
With success comes responsibility.
Go on, get out of here!
That's some performance you did yesterday. I've done some crazy things in my time too.
I don't think I'm cut out for being in the spotlight. The fan club's been inundated with people wanting to be the new Fisherman's Friend. When Father died, the band died with him.
I am sailing. They want you. They want you. They want you as a new recruit.
No, we bloody don't.
Santiano won the day, heave away. All along the plains of Mexico.
Please welcome our newest member of the band, Morgan Jenkins.
I've had it right up to here. Father would be spinning in his grave. I quit. Time to cut them loose.
Are you lost? You fancy a cuppa?
Don't suppose you got anything stronger, have you?
I could add an extra tea bag.
I stood on Cape Cormor.
All I ever wanted to be was a fisherman.
In the sun's evening glow.
Can't hide from the world forever.
Heard the
You're not the only one who's hurt him. Your father has a chance to live on through song.
Some things are worth breaking cover for.
For all the small people.
What are they doing it?
This sing-along never spoiled anybody's appetite. Since when have fish fingers been sexy? One and all, Jim. One and all, mate. I got one word to say to you. Glastonbury.
That woman has seriously lost the plot.
My name is Leadville Treblecock, and I'm politically incorrect, my darling.
Referring to me as my darling is inappropriate.
Sorry, pet.
Scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it? 11. And there's a couple of corny jokes in there, and there's a bit of an Irish interest in there as well.
Well, very much so. So the first movie was a big surprise hit. It's a funny thing because they were a surprise hit. I'm not sure, was it Britain's Got Talent or something like that? Suddenly sea shanties, and they had a big hit, and they made a movie about it, not thinking it would be a big hit. It was a big hit. And so now we've got the sequel, and adding to the interest, we have our own Imelda May, who is playing a sort of an Irish rock star, who is the one that kind of understands what they're going through because they've made their first album. They're now on their difficult second album, and they're really not dealing that well with fame. You hear the older guy there, he's struggling a bit by not being politically correct enough. The main character, James Purify, in the end of the first movie, spoiler alert, his dad passed away, and he's still not coming quite to terms with the loss. And is the group the same without his dad? And Imelda May is maybe going to help him with all of this. Again, when we talked about the Phantom of the Open about 6 months ago, we were saying these are the movies I think the Brits do particularly well. That sort of underdog, kind of weird eccentrics who get a bit of fame. And this looks charming. The clip, I think, tells you exactly what the movie is. I don't think there's anyone out there in the car driving home or listening on the radio that isn't thinking, yeah, I know I want to see this, or it's not for me. It's exactly that movie that you think it is. It's warm-hearted. It's, you know, they'll reach some adversity, and you know what? They'll probably all get together like Fisherman always do. And the music's pretty good. I am no sea shanty fan, but that sort of musicianship, and look, sure, isn't Imelda May brilliant? And what's more, I think there's a bit where they're dressed as fish fingers, and if I'm not wrong, Imelda May's first brush with fame was doing the fish finger ad, wasn't it? I'm hoping they did that joke on purpose. Maybe they didn't, but I saw that in the trailer and went, "Oh, that's clever if it is." So, it's going to be anybody looking for a warm-hearted, family-friendly movie that everyone can enjoy in the spirit of Calendar Girls and Military Wives. Those sort of movies that have been out recently. This would be a lovely weekend trip.
I'm looking forward to it. When's that open?
That opens tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Right.
I don't know why I said morning. It's not tomorrow. It's been one of those nights, hasn't it?
What have we got back in Misted Monday now? What's on next Monday?
Misted Monday is Joyride, a movie we talked about not so long ago, which I really enjoyed. And I think, to be honest with you, it was a wee bit of a victim of the good weather, because it is kind of more of a maybe a Dark Knight's wintry movie, because it's about a trip around Ireland. It's almost a Christmassy movie, even though Christmas isn't part of the theme, about a teenage runaway and a mother who's just not sure she's cut out for motherhood, who travel around Ireland together. It's very sweary yet sweet fun. Maybe what I said about the Brits, maybe this is the sort of one the Irish do very well, where everyone's a bit of a rarey character, but they all stick together. I really enjoyed it. That's Misted Monday, 4 or 5, our last chance to see it.
Okay, right. Holly, enjoy your week at the movies. We'll talk to you back here on Thursday.
Thanks as always. Bye.